I want to talk about meditation today for beginners. Hi, my name's L Conroy. Welcome to Happy Stuff and Fluff, a channel for women over 50 who are getting happy and growing younger. And on this channel we talk about happy stuff, and it's all underpinned by science. So we talk about scientifically based and proven strategies, tips. We look at the knowledge, we look at the new research about ways to increase our happiness and well-being, especially for women over 50. And then we talk about other stuff that's maybe not quite so scientifically based, but that helps to make us feel good. In terms of a scientifically based thing to do in order to help you, then meditation really cannot be beaten, shall we say, in terms of the research and the science that we now have behind meditation, showing us the benefits, showing us what happens in our brain, showing us how to take meditation into our real lives and how to help us to live more fully and more satisfied. So meditation is important then. Now I know, because of the meditation videos I've done before, some of you love them, but some of you I think are quite intimidated by it, and as soon as I say the word meditation you turn the video off. Well, please don't do that, just listen to what I have to say first of all. I also realised that I just launched straight into some meditations for you to do, and we didn't talk about the easy ways to start or why you should be doing it in the first place. So I'm going to do that in this video. It's a two-part video, and I've done that for a reason. In this video, I just want to talk about a few things, about easy ways to start, about tips on how to start a meditation practice, and then the second part of the video, which will come out quite quickly after this one, will just be a meditation video, so that you can use it for that at any time without having to listen to me talk first. In the second part of the video, I'll kind of move straight into a meditation, so I won't be doing an awful lot of talking on that video. So, meditation then. I mean, if any of you have read my book, Stitch Your Own Silver Linings, you will have read that I started a meditation practice a long time ago. Now, when I started it for the wrong reasons, really. It was trendy. People were doing it. I thought I should. All of those things. And so, obviously, it didn't last very long. The motivation behind why you want to do it is important, I think. And so don't let me persuade you to do it unless you are kind of 99% part of the way there anyway. And, of course, lots of you meditate already, which is great. The other thing I kind of used it for, if you like, or tried to use it for, was to escape my reality, which again it doesn't do. I've come to learn that the hard way. You can't escape reality. What you have to do is see it clearly and then move through it and deal with it. Now, I believe meditation helps us to do that. Two big names, if you like, of the people who have influenced me. Now, I'm not a Buddhist, I've said this to you before, but a lot of the teachings that I've read about meditation and things that have helped me are Buddhist based or have Buddhist origins. Mathieu Ricard, did you like that? It's French. He was I think he was a genetic biologist, I think, or cellular genetics was his career before he became a Buddhist monk and left France, and I do believe he now lives in Nepal. But he's very much involved in the research that scientists are doing about meditation, and this book, Why Meditate, was one of the first books I read. I'm going to do a list of books for you before Christmas, because some of them will make great gifts for people. But that Mathieu Ricard was one of the first, and of course the other one is Jon Kabat-Zinn, who really, I think, bridged the gap between the Eastern and Western traditions and brought mindfulness meditation to the West. So those two people, amongst many others, Wayne Dyer included, of course, but those two influenced me greatly in terms of what I know about meditation. So, simple meditation then, just a few tips, assuming that you want to start a meditation practice, because what it's about, I think, it's not, lots of people still think that meditation is about Buddhism only, or it's about something spiritual or something religious that you don't want to be involved with. Well, it can be spiritual. It can be spiritual, but not necessarily. I mean, if you can think of it as training the mind, and in terms of happy stuff and fluff, this is why I think it's important for you, because one of the things it does do is help you to train your mind. It also serves, for me anyway, to give my mind a rest. It gives you a break from all the incessant thoughts that we know now are going round in our heads. Not just the stinking thinking. If you don't know what stinking thinking is, I'll leave a link. But it's not just about stinking thinking. It's all the busyness. It's just the busyness of the thoughts that go on in your mind about everyday living. So meditation for me gives me a break from that. But what it will also do for you, it will help you to start to observe your thoughts during meditation. So what we do is, for example, you're going to do the very easy concentrating on the breath, because that's what meditation is. It's about concentration. It is not about emptying your mind. It is impossible to do. We're not talking about emptying your mind. So if you've ever tried and thought, I can't empty my mind, well, you're not supposed to. That's not what it's about. Let's think about it as just concentration, being able to concentrate on one particular thing instead of a zillion trillion other things that we usually concentrate on. So set an intention that you're going to concentrate, and all you're going to concentrate on in this particular meditation is your breath. Your mind is going to wander. It's going to be thinking about, did you put the washing machine on? Is Billy Boy Bob coming for tea? What was such a body wearing at work today? Why did she say this to you? All of these thoughts are going to come into your mind. Accept them. That's going to happen. The trick is, and this is when your training kicks in, to concentrate your mind, is when you are able to realise you're having the thought and look at the thought and think, that's the thought about whether or not Billy Joe Bob's coming for tea tonight, and let it go past. So, metaphor with silver linings and clouds, if you think of every thought that comes into your mind as a cloud, you'll feel it come on. Here comes the cloud about what we're going to have for dinner tonight. I can see that thought coming. Let's just let it go past, and let's just let it disappear, and then come back to your breathing. Simple. It is so simple. Not so simple to do when you first start. Excuse me, but start with 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. I'm going to choke. I can feel it. Sorry. No, I'm not. Okay, sorry. So you've got the thought on a cloud. That's where you're going to put these thoughts. They're just going to come floating by and floating off. The great thing about this is you then become an observer of your thought. You're the person watching the thought, not the thought itself. Now that's a kind of abstract idea. When it happens in meditation, you'll think to yourself, that's what she meant, because that's what happens. You can see the thought coming, and you can also watch it go away and come back to your breathing, and then another thought will come. The more the thoughts come, the better for you, because the more training that allows you to deal with that thought in the way of the cloud. So, don't be alarmed or disappointed if you sit for 10 minutes and think, I've had loads and loads of thoughts. the more practice you are at looking at those thoughts as an observer and letting them go, the better. So I could say to you that in the beginning, the more thoughts you have, the better. Okay, so that's a key point to think about. Okay, well, I'm going to have some thoughts. Let's just think, oh yeah, there's a thought, look, about dinner tonight. Let it go, come back to your breathing. That's the biggest tip, I guess. Now, in terms of practicalities, I know some people say you can meditate anywhere, you can do it anywhere, you can sit how you like. I'm afraid I disagree with that a little bit. I want you to sit straight. I do not want you to lie down, because the way I kind of will take you through the meditation, you are going to relax, and you're going to relax more and more. Now, if you're lying down and you are totally relaxed and you've had a busy day, what's going to happen? You're going to fall asleep. And we don't want you to do that. We want your mind to be alert, your body to be relaxed. So I have a cushion behind me at the moment. Get yourself on a comfortable chair. If you need a cushion behind you so that you can sit up straight, but comfortable so that you're supported, with your feet flat on the floor. Now, if you can do the lotus position and you can sit like that for a long time, or if you can sit cross-legged, like we used to do at school, then that's okay too. But be sure to be sitting upright with your shoulders relaxed. That way, as I say, your body will be able to relax, but your mind will be alert. Okay. Let's see, what else was I asked about? The breathing. Yes, so the relaxing breath is one where the out breath is longer than the in breath. So a guide is twice as long. For example, if you breathe in 1, 2, 3, and then the out breath would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If that isn't comfortable for you, then you might breathe in for 3 and out for 5. In for 3 and out for 5. Whatever you can handle and makes you feel comfortable. And eventually, then if you aim for the out breath to be twice as long as the in breath, that's the relaxation breath. That's also the breath, I think I may have said in one of the videos, if you are out and about somewhere and you can feel yourself getting tense about something, nip into the bathroom or wherever you can hide for a few minutes and do a few rounds of that kind of breathing, and you'll get more relaxed very quickly. Okay, so that's what you're going to do at the meditation. And so, as I said to you, the next film, the second part of this, is going to be the meditation. So be ready for it. Be ready on a chair, sitting upright. And to start with, I don't want you doing it just anywhere. I want you to create a quiet place in your home so that you will not be disturbed. But if you are disturbed by noise, by here, as I said before, city noises or the phone ringing, that's okay. Just allow that noise. It might make you jump a little bit, but then, it's the phone ringing. Let it go. Just let it go and kind of feel yourself. Allow that to be a trigger to go even deeper into your relaxation instead of bringing you out of it. Okay, so a quiet corner in your home at a time when you are not going to be distracted for something like, let's start with 10 minutes. I think we should start with 10 minutes. If you've already done the magic minute meditation, then you're well on your way to this one. So, quiet room, quiet corner, sit on a chair like this so that you are upright, cushion, get yourself really comfortable before we start. My hands tend to be in the mudder position where your left hand is over your right and the thumb is like that, and your hands are rested on your lap. You can sit how you like in that respect with your hands as long as you are comfortable, and be ready then to follow the meditation. How we're going to bring this back into real life and how this is going to help you in lots of ways, of course, but I'm talking about what we talk about on Happy Stuff and Fluff in terms of negative thinking, for example. Once you get practiced at this, those worrying thoughts, those stressful thoughts, those ruminating thoughts, all of that thinking that we do, you'll be able to deal with in a different way. You'll notice when the thought comes in, even when you're not meditating, you will be able to look at that thought as an observer and not get the corresponding feeling to it. Remember, we talked about for every negative thought we have, there is a negative feeling, and that's what gives us the tummy ache or the headache. That thought doesn't necessarily have to do that to you now, because now you will be trained to look at that thought. It's a negative thought, it isn't necessarily true, let's let it go. We'll go deeper into this, we will go deeper into it. That's the kind of simple way. And I'll talk, this is a meditation journal that I produced for myself and I still use in terms of learning from meditation and taking it into the real world, but I'm not going to talk about that today. All I want you to do today is follow the things I've said in this little tip or this little guide, and be ready to sit in meditation the next time, well, when part 2 comes along. And if you have any questions about this video or any questions you want answered before you actually sit to meditate, in the comments box, ask the questions, I will answer them, and be ready to do the 10-minute video. And whenever I do a meditation again, I'm going to do it like I've done it this time, in 2 parts, where I'm going to talk about it either at the beginning of the film and then do the meditation at the end, so that you get a good chance to actually sit and meditate and then be able to use that film time and time again to help you do it again in the future. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to stop talking now because it's a fabulous subject, and it's really going to help you train your mind. That's how we're going to think about it. Okie doke. Right, I'll see you next time for the meditation, and until then, remember that on the Happy Stuff and Fluff, we are getting happy and growing younger. See you soon. Bye-bye.